Welcome to Dovecraft Country, the podcast hosted by Goddess Love Jones, DKA X Factor, DKA Bad and Bougie, DKA my special sister Coco. I'm your other host, Black Chanel, DKA the Guru, DKA the General, DKA I want to say Bad Panther, Red Panther. I'm your other host, Chanel, and this is a podcast where two divas talk to you about the HBO series Lovecraft Country. Coco, how you doing today?
You know, it's a nighttime session.
Mm-hmm.
Work just ended. I'm a little sleepy, but I'm excited. Just as always, we're gonna try another slightly different
way of watching
technique. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. What about you?
I'm excited. I definitely took a nap, so I'm more energized, but I had like a whole thing today. Yeah, I had a whole thing today where like I'm sitting here with the heating pad, and so I think that's going to comfort me. I'm going to feel better by the end of this, the healing power of Lovecraft. So the method that you were saying, what are we going to do today that's different?
So today we're planning on watching and reacting, but we will give our like synopsis and our like thoughts at the end. So you get to watch with us, you get to react with us if you're watching and you haven't seen it before, or if this is your second time, because I know a lot of people like to do that. They like to go back and watch.
You'll notice more things. Yeah, so you can watch with us in your ears, or you can watch it for the first time together with us, like we're there in the room with you. So pass the popcorn. Let's get started. Okay, so we're at 0 seconds. Tell me when you're ready, Coco. Okay, we'll get ready. So this episode is episode 4. No, you're good. A History of Violence. There's a movie with oh my God, just thinking about the 2000s and how like white actors who were just mediocre were so famous. And I think it's actually ironically, and I might be getting this wrong, but the movie we talked about at the end of the last episode, Green Book, the white guy in that was also in this movie called A History of Violence. And I remember it because my mom wouldn't let me watch it because there was a scene where he gave his wife oral sex on the stairs. And so I don't know. I think he was violent, like a violent guy. And so I think I want to figure out really going back to what these titles, kind of what they look like, what they mean. Because, I think that violence in this instance is not just physical violence.
Yeah, because like, let's think about it. Okay, where did we leave off last episode?
Let's do that in the recap. You want to do that?
Now?
Yeah, like as a recap goes, you want to... Oh, no, I guess you're right. We can do it separately. So last episode, go ahead.
No, maybe we can do it at the same time.
Okay, perfect. Cool. All right, well, let's get started then. Okay, so I'll say 3, you say 2, and then I'll say 1, and we'll do it on 1.
Okay.
Okay, 3,
2,
1. HBO's coming up. Okay, yeah. Episode 3 was we learned about the house. We learned about I just really can't get over the powers of Black priestesses. Ruby and Letty had an issue. The police are absolutely in on this shit.
Yeah, and it's not even like they're just in on the racism. They're in on the magic. They're in on the...
they know something's wrong, yeah.
They're aware of the lodge. They're aware
that's this episode.
No, they talk about it in the paddy wagon.
Oh.
No?
I think he definitely I think it's confirmed. I think the other half of it becomes way more clear. But yeah, like we clearly the police know a lot, which is definitely true. So like the police, I just don't remember exactly what he said, but yes, the police know that there's some shit because they know about the fact that the nigger was stealing Black people to experiment on them. They know that, and then also that guy was in the lodge, which Christina confirms at the end of the episode. So yeah, they know something. And now I see the HBO screen.
So, we're starting the episode. It starts off with, we're going to just jump in though.
Yeah, he's sitting here. Okay. This nigga drunk. Okay, this is such good acting. I'm sitting here like, think about not being drunk at all and playing being drunk like that.
Maybe he is drunk.
In real life, you think the actor...
No, I'm just kidding. No, because they, like I don't know the type of acting method, but you have to, like, okay, what is the, like, mannerism? Like, I'm gonna slobber a little bit. I'm gonna be, like, heavy on my feet, you know? Like,
Yeah.
It's easy to like pull those things in if you're Michael K. Williams and you're that good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, where does this nigga got the book? Oh my God, they walked out with the book.
Right. Yeah. And then what is he
Also,
about to do?
Also, and then I'm like, nah, you won't grab it. Grab it out the, no, grab it. Grab it. No, don't do it. Oh, okay. Now he's ruining the book.
See.
He's still fine for his age. Let's just say that.
Listen, because even in The Wire, this man, he was fine.
He
very murderous. He had a mystique about him.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's funny though, because I feel like the language gap between me and a DMV nigga is what would stop me from being able to.
I don't even. That's not even because they're in Baltimore, right? Is that still the DMV?
Mm-hmm. Baltimore, Maryland. That's the end.
Duh. Anyway,
here come this bitch driving on the right side of the road.
Right, because we know her freaking car, and also she really drives like she is that bitch. I'm not.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck. Yeah, nobody's about because she know ain't nobody about to pull her over.
This is foreign.
Yeah, whatever, bitch. She and she's playing Rihanna, which I don't want any positive associations with her. I hate her ass. I don't feel empowered by her. I don't feel like she's a badass woman. Oh, this one. Did you see the photo of like that? They used to do this shit in real life. What?
Did you see her just hit the mark that the they're going back and forth. Not really, certainly not enough.
Well, what she's trying to do right now is trying to get her to turn on Tick. And I'm just like, this bitch trying to divide and conquer is getting on my fucking nerves.
Cause it's like, we don't know you, ma'am. Like, what century do you think it is? What decade? Like, you thought I was going to just let you into my house. You was just gonna find what you need and you was gonna be out of our lives. Like, I know that's not what's going down.
Yeah. Oh, the orrery. What the fuck is an orrery? Good question. Shit, that orrery is a thing.
It's a thing
that Hippolyta saw and grabbed and took out that motherfucking house. Hilarious.
Didn't we say that every artifact you see is gonna be relevant?
Dead ass. But also, I'm just glad that it's not there. And I'm so glad that spell protected her for sure, because that was like that just lets us, there it is, there's Ori, that just lets us know that this bitch is evil. And it just made me think about the Wizard of Oz and the fact that like this bitch looks like the good witch, but I just want to tell you that she's a bad witch. And so I think that making blonde women the good witch and brunette women the bad witch is kind of fucked up now that you think about it. Shit, and in The Wiz, the bad witch was darker skin. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. I'm just upset thinking about witches. Okay. Yep, there goes Bobo, who we haven't confirmed yet who he is. We have a theory.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about this man. Okay, yeah. So this is interesting. I mean, there's definitely going to be something about this Ori.
For sure. I mean, yeah, because Christina wants it, so it's a tool.
But I'm worried about Ruby. I mean, not Ruby.
Oh, Hippolyta. No, something gonna happen. I'm telling you, I keep seeing someone in the previews that she gonna figure out how to work that bitch. How about the fact that she's sitting there showing it off like she didn't steal it out the house?
She's like, look what I found.
Right. LOL.
You know what I also thought about? We can. When Dee was like, oh, let's go to the junkyard. We gotta find parts for robots. Like, I think Dee might also have something. She's got some mechanic skills.
Oh, I love this little boy in the library. Oh, Dee is definitely a ringer. She's like a hidden figure. How about this little boy in the library being irritated?
He said, if y'all don't shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm in here trying to read my comics, bitch.
But now she's saying, like, why would you try to kill that white lady? Which is like, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, it's just like, don't do that, because that's what Ruby did to her. Like, why you messed some cars up? And it's like, bitch, because fuck the consequences. And it just makes you think, how many white people violated, and that's why black people had to kill them, and then black people spent the rest of their life in jail. All of them. How about that? In this era, I don't think it was nobody walking around.
A high number, a good majority. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, Letty is really. He told you he was gonna leave, and then Why wouldn't he leave her and go back to Florida? What would he do? Stick around?
What is in Florida?
His house.
His house?
His house. LOL. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not for Letty's sake, but also because damn, if I was her in Florida, like, where is my name?
Yes, he's over it.
Where is my name? He's been gone like months.
Yeah, no, but I feel he seemed like the type who like got a bunch of women who think he likes them running around the country, but he ain't never did that. I just really can't get over how he came in there and had sex with her. Like, come on, like, keep it real. What's good with your inner heart? Tick, let it out.
And the way he turned when they were in the bar, he was like, damn it. I was not trying to get caught up with you, Letty. That was just a one-time thing.
Yeah, I wish we had been commenting during that, because the way he came in was like, what's problematic about it is it's the way that men think we want to be approached, and it's the way that some women say they want to be approached, but the action that
it's
you're not even saying
patriarchy.
Yeah, you're not even saying a word before you go inside of me. I do not like that. Like I definitely have had people try to do that, and I'm like, I'm like, you don't. It's not cute like you think it. Let's initiate. Let's do it, and then you go into that, and it's like, okay, cool, I'm in the zone, but don't let me be doing something like that's now about power and control.
Right, I'm just reading my book. I'm doing my
nigga,
and then
I'm not in the mood.
Just fucking around, like no.
Yeah, I'm over here, but I need a quiet time.
Nicki Minaj said it first. You got to get that shit wet first.
Get that shit wet. Get that shit wet. DJ, bring that shit back. I can do a better Nicki voice. Why you tell her to go home? Tick, stop pushing her ass away. She the only bitch who gets it. She's the only.
And she really ride or die.
Yeah, your daddy don't or die and die. Ride and die.
Ride and died.
Okay, so so now we see
life.
That nigga really shut the fuck up, nigga. His daddy definitely has his shit figured out, like what he said,
playing like, hella games.
Look, there go WB Du Bois.
Where?
Oh, and that it was a painting above where Tick was sitting.
Oh, I thought you were like this.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
I was like,
but they be having hella cameos, so who the fuck knows? Okay, wait, remember episode, because here go this nigga who lied on Letty, fuck him, and so Tick is like over it, but remember, they're in the back of the bar and there go Montrose. Remember when he went to the back of the bar in the beginning of the episode? We didn't talk about that when there is the owner of the bar was back there getting sloppy toppy from a dude. Just hold that.
Because there had to be a reason that he had to go talk to that man specifically. It could have been anybody in the bar that was like, do.
Well, in hindsight, it was tall stretch nigga who sent him back there and told him that's where his daddy might be. So anyway,
trifling.
He just said they sweet on each other, which is like, I don't have they shown it, or are y'all just shipping them because they had some traumatic things happening? Because I don't think they flirted that much in front of each other, like in front of everybody.
I don't know. It could have been just the way that, because he saw the way that they like hugged when they left the mansion. That's probably it.
34 other lodges.
Right.
And now he gonna act like he's just a liar, bro.
I don't really know, but I heard there's 34.
Remember, what else you want me to tell you? Because if I tell you the truth, I'm gonna have to backtrack to my lies.
Okay, Michael, you playing a person that really can't lie. Because like I know you can act, so you gotta pretend that you don't know how to act in this.
Yeah,
that's funny.
He's and they're just like, but he has enough. Tick is like, bitch, look what you put me in. I was trying to avoid this nigga. Now I gotta deal with him. Oh, he mad. He be so mad, bro. He be aggy. I get it, but he be like, I'm gonna move this chair. I'm irritated. It's like, use your words. He really don't use his words. I just
don't understand also, like, why do you think that this is gonna protect your family? It's not like Tick was randomly going after this. Like, they're coming for him. They're coming for y'all. That's
How about this?
Burning the book is not gonna protect you. Right.
How about this? How about he got your bloodline in his family? Y'all are some curious ass niggas. Y'all love to read. He's not gonna let it go. What is he gonna let go? What is he gonna let go of? Oh, exactly. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, Letty encouraging him to stay so much is putting him in danger, because if he just left, Christina might follow him there. So now that I think about it, Letty not wanting him to leave might actually be worse. Maybe his dad is being an asshole so he doesn't get comfortable and move back. So this bitch never played hide and go seek.
Yeah, like she was raised in the woods.
Ugh.
With the villagers.
She's raising a cat, and But she was raised in
Probably
the
not.
castle.
She might not have had friends growing up.
I bet you they wouldn't let her go down there.
Yeah, because they're too rich.
Okay, so then here come the cops. So this was when I was like,
oh, they think she's a pedophile.
Good question. I was just like, damn, this, like they clocked her ass, and then that's when I started to be like, wait, something ain't right. So here we go. Just these alleyways and police just always scare me because them niggas were sneaky.
Mm-hmm. This reminds me of another show, Watchmen.
Oh, you watch Watchmen?
Girl, we gonna podcast about that next because
honestly,
I could rewatch it. I could.
How about all these hours we just be like, oh, this takes so much time, and we'd be like, okay, another hour-long HBO show that takes 3 hours to unpack.
I'm like, no, I'm gonna go binge this other season of another show.
Yeah, that's right.
In 3 days.
I need to take time off to binge.
Okay. They just mentioned the Ori again, so see, she knows.
They're all on the same page. Yeah.
Time machine.
Who is back there moaning? Are they beating somebody up?
She just said that.
Sorry, there's two things. Do you see the caption saying moaning?
I see it.
I'm like, either somebody back there fucking or somebody back there getting beat up by the police.
Or someone is dead, like has been beat up. But they just mentioned the Ori, and then she was like, this is the key to unlocking Harem's time machine. So I definitely want to figure it out.
She said,
no
bitch,
cunts allowed, bitch.
She said, I see you getting the order. Oh, you still ahead of me. Fuck. And they want them pages. And he said, bitch, I know you ain't been initiated. So how you talking about me? And it's like, well, you might have a point. Okay. Now they're beefing. They're really beefing. They're def beefing. Also, this car is a fucking Mary Poppins car, because how they fit all this shit in here?
I mean, they keep saying it's huge, but I mean, like, how big?
Yeah.
They just be.
Oh, they're so irritated with each other. Now, I would be mad at him because he made her hit her head. I'd be mad because he's so irritating. I would be mad at him because I'd be like, nigga, if you're gonna be the first person I have sex with, you better be nice to me the next time I see you. Right. The next 3 or 4 times. This is not my fault. What's not your fault? Hell no, not the baby, not the children.
Yeah, I was like, everybody's joining.
Okay, so outside of NACA, what is NACA? North American Astronomy Conservatory Association. Just kidding, I made that up.
You really had me for a second. That's so funny. Okay, damn.
That's a good point. This is her car. How's she just gonna be loaning her car out like that, nigga? No, I'm going too, bitch.
And honestly, because what happened last time, but it's like, it's not like either of these men provide for you, Hippolyta, so you really could let them go. But she need the car back though.
She said, bitch, I know y'all got something going on back there. What the fuck going on? And they were like, we're good. Okay, so they're going to the museum, which is, they figured out is weird. Oh, so it's a museum that, like, what's his name stuff is at, and they have an exhibit for the Brave White, so they figured that's where to go. Here comes.
Did they say that though?
I don't remember, but
I don't remember.
I got a Philly and Philly, nigga. You ain't got no hoes.
I am crying. That's what that means?
Yeah, Phillies. LOL.
That's so funny.
They too nice because they letting them in. And I'm like, if I had to sit next to the nigga that lied on my pussy, it's going to be a rough ride for everybody.
I'm saying.
I'm going to end up cussing. I'm going to be like, hey, little Didi, earmuffs, nigga. Because I got something to say.
Right.
Okay, this breaks my heart, but also like, because I feel like I shouldn't comment on it because this is a very real thing that she feels, but I just feel like recognize the system for what it is, Ruby.
Oh yeah.
Remember when Marshall Fields was a big fucking deal?
No.
I mean, I assume that's where Marshalls came from.
Oh, maybe.
Girl, you know what? In my head, I make these associations that cannot be confirmed.
But it's probably regional when you think about it.
Oh, yeah. When I was in the South, like, department stores are a big deal. Well, this is Chicago, but yeah, department
stores are a big deal. But I'm saying that some of them are regional.
Oh, word! You have a good point because like they don't really have
like back in the day when they first started.
I know they still
some
have
of them have persisted.
Right. Sorry, I was just gonna say they still have Dillard's in Georgia. I'm sure they'll have Dillard's somewhere else. Okay, so Ruby see the one black chick, and that had to hurt. I applied on a whim.
Right.
So now she thinking. So one, they hired this black chick just in case a black person comes in the store, because the black girl not about to wait on nobody else. And then Ruby's hurt, but
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but I'm like, Ruby, like, why you wait so long? Put the application. What she was like, I'm perfecting my application. What, making sure the T's are crossed correctly.
Like it really don't matter. It's not about your application. Actually, it's about, do you follow rules? Are you going to be argumentative? Are you going to be easy to work with and easy to tell what to do? Actually,
yeah.
So
and maybe like,
they wouldn't want you to work there.
Yeah, and it's like, if it's not.
Sorry. Could have been pretty privilege, skinny privilege, all that.
Right. If it's not about, because it's not about shape, because they're the same shape, maybe it's about shape. Ooh, look at how they're going. I know that they're making this seem suspect, but I feel like I didn't catch nothing on there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was paying attention. Because it's a museum. You go in there and you're like, what am I going to next?
They got dinosaurs. Nigga, get out my face. LOL at Tick overthinking it and Letty being like, nigga, just the brochure says go here. I really cannot stand his ass. Considering that we fucked in high school, Seymour. How about this?
Stop.
I love that she said fucked, by the way. I love that she didn't say that. She was like, nigga, you swear up and down, bitch.
Right.
And she called him
You had
Seymour.
all that to say. Tree.
But niggas who lie on their dick are always just shocked that the woman had found out, or that the woman had that. I know somebody who like that really. It's a deep ass story, but basically I know somebody who had a baby by someone, and then that person kind of like distanced themselves from having a relationship with them, and years later they found out that it's because somebody was lying on them, and they thought that a man that was his friend was lying on her, and so like he let that affect their relationship because they were both very young, and yeah, and so it's like then years later she was like, nigga, I never did that. He was like, oh my god, and like but that's your own fault because you're investing in patriarchy so much. So like, trust the woman that you lay down with.
And even if you don't trust her, like, why does it matter? If you love her, you love her. If you
still get to know her ass.
Like, move on.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. So, Hippolyta named a comet. And
so this is we talked about her backstory.
Yes, here's Chariot. But how about the fact that I bet you that shit she named a white lady with so much confidence. I know that white lady exists in real life. Like, I bet you that, I mean, I'm sure they did that. Whenever that just makes me so upset. Whenever black people discovered anything, they would take their name off of it.
They'd be like, nah, you have to give it an official name. That's fucked up, though. She could have been a whole astronomer.
Yeah, no, listen, that's why she went that orrery. But how about the fact that that this nigga stole shit from tribes and they put it up in a museum and called it exploring?
This is all museums. Like, that is the craziest thing that I just realized in the last, like, 2 years or maybe 3 years. Mm-hmm. Or no, actually, I'm lying. Since college. But, like, it becomes more apparent every day. And I used to be mad hype about museums. And now I've kind of lost that excitement. Because I'm like,
okay, I guess Sammy is the bar owner that he sent back there. So I sent him getting topped off.
Exactly.
So I hate that he uses the word sissy. I guess it's better of all the other things. He could have just said, I'm not gay.
Yeah, I'm not into men.
But then he intimating that his daddy's gay?
And he was like, and that's not my business.
Bitch. Yeah, shut your fucking... How about the fact that you, instead of you just owning that you're a creep and you lied on Letty, you end up saying, okay, well, how about somebody else's sexuality? Because I'm not getting that.
Exactly.
And now he's looking at his daddy weird. But how about the fact that it would make a lot of sense why he used Dora as his beard and Uncle George was still in love with her. Yeah, I think so. I think he is. I'm sure he's gay.
Damn.
And he don't know why Tick look at him like that. But if Tick does anything weird about his sexuality, I'm going to beat Tick's ass.
And that could be why he went off with William.
That could be why
William probably said
LOL! Wait, how about it could be why he's an alcoholic? Because he was sensitive. He used to draw and do art. And then his daddy beat his ass. Montrose's backstory. No.
We've unlocked the key.
No, I have to have sympathy for the man. I can't drag his ass so much. Okay, so here comes Christina. She's going in the house.
That was a lot to unpack.
Yeah, we're going to have to come back to Montrose. Wow. I'm just hoping they discover it or talk about it, because I would love to see some other sexuality conversations. So here comes Christina. I guess she's staying in a mansion, like she rented a mansion for the time she's going to be there. And on that cue, here's William. All right. How about the fact that William is definitely Christina? That nigga, what was he sitting like? He was sitting in the hallway waiting for her to come home. No,
she texted him. She texted him in the 1950s on her way home. Yeah,
be ready to beat his ass. Right. And this makes sense. So she's very, very powerful, and she uses her witchcraft to move as a man. And the only other thing that made sense to me was that's how she knows who gets initiated into the order and who doesn't, because she's able to be there as William. Because it's like, and then when you think about it, Titus never acknowledges Samuel Fitz never acknowledged William. So it's like there has to be a reason why he's cool with Christina's random friend who looks like her being there. Yeah. That's not her son. So yeah, it's definitely Christina. Definitely.
If it wasn't just her friend and it was a member of the order, she would have just said, This is a member of the order. She wouldn't be like,
yeah. And he'd do the same shit where like, when I still remember when this nigga was like, I'm sorry that they're being racist, but you guys should be okay with being here. I'm like, the nigga knew. And William wasn't there for the ceremony. Nah, you know. Yeah. Anyway, so yep, so check that box. So this is the kind of thing that pisses me off. How do niggas be just figuring stuff out? Like he just goes,
right. They be reading books. I need to start reading some more books. I'm not gonna.
I'll be overthinking the fuck. Yeah, we need to catch up on these books that keep mentioning. Turn them off, damn it. Okay, the crocodiles are scaring me because
I didn't see the connection there, but there must be some like not pioneering, but like what is it? I can't think of the word, but like exploring. There's like, I feel like I see crocodiles in like stories of explorers a lot.
Oh, definitely. The idea is that they're exotic and scary. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're just in Florida.
They just living, just like fish, just like bears.
Thank you. They're just have you ever seen them videos though of like a gator walking across a golf course and the bitch is like sitting up on 24s? Like it's that big of a. That shit would have me like, oh, evolution might be real.
Last year on vacation, I went into like a crocodile reserve on a boat.
Now that makes sense though, because I feel like they know them crocodiles. They work with them regularly. I'm talking about
2 years ago.
I'm talking about niggas was in their house and looked outside and crocodile was just there. An alligator. Chilling. Yeah, but it was tall. It was like
it's like
it looked like a whole dinosaur. Yeah, that's when
the
somebody
arms
was like,
are as long as mine.
Somebody was like, those are leftover dinosaurs, and I was like, shh, you have a point.
Interesting. Okay, we in the caves.
Yeah. Okay. Just the fact that this is a journey to the center of the Earth.
I'm like, did that come out yet?
Think about every movie we know is a book in the 1900s.
True.
Yeah, we just didn't read the shit. Yeah. But how about the beware all ye who tread the path, the waters will rise. Bitch, they about to flood. It's about to flood them. There's no way they're not about to drown.
They said there's gonna be some booby traps.
I feel like they're gonna walk down the wrong path and it's just gonna flood them niggas and it's gonna.
But they're not gonna die because it's only episode 3, so they gotta swim through it. They gotta.
You know what? I don't like thinking like that. I like just being like, what's gonna happen? Because shit, what if Montrose dies? What if Letty dies?
Someone can die off.
For sure. But I just feel like they're hearing tides rise and they're not really understanding like water will hit you you will reach water. I want y'all to know that. So
I hope you brought your swimming trunks.
Letty don't give a fuck. Letty she was smashing shit.
She said, "Who's gonna know?"
LOL. I mean, that parchment paper definitely is not about to last forever. Like she just grabbed it like it's regular printer paper with like that bitch gonna fall apart.
Right.
LOL it.
Glass.
I love hearing her grunting. Oh.
She seems like she's strong. I need to start working out. You never know when I gotta fucking
shimmy down a rope. LOL.
Montrose was not ready.
How are they not laughing at this nigga falling down the rope?
He was like,
he's so aggy. Montrose is so annoying.
Yeah.
He don't want
to do this shit anyway.
Right. But also Letty, like I want Letty to stay brave, but I don't want her being willing to jump into shit so much as she is.
Yeah, because I don't want her to die.
Period. But then
and them be always the ones that die. They're like, oh, just go without me. I'll die. I'll take one thing. Fuck that.
When I tell you I'm not a go on without me type of bitch, okay, you gonna put me on your shoulders and I'm gonna try to lift my weight off of you because you taking me back.
Yo.
War is crazy, yo. How do niggas really have wars?
I don't know.
Okay, so now they doing the brochure versus the book. And Montrose knows a lot. Montrose knows when a nigga traveled. He knows when he got back.
It's interesting, like through all that alcoholism, he's got a pretty good memory.
Functioning alcoholics.
Because they be saying it kills your brain cells.
But when you think about how okay, we're getting a timeline of Sons of Adam, but when you think about how alcoholism, I feel like in that time, or family alcoholism is definitely like, if you are an adult, there's a lot of drinking culture as an adult. There's the idea that sports and beer go together, or sitting at a bar when you're arguing with your wife go together, or all these things. Like my homeboys go to the bar so we don't get in trouble, go together. So of course, like you drink and then you go home and you deal with that shit with your family in a positive or harmful way because there's nowhere else to do it. And that's where I think that, so, but then you get up and go to work. Like he seems like his house is clean, you know what I mean? When people come over, his house is clean. But yeah, he's struggling.
No. You.
Man, she is so cute. Look at his dress.
Beautiful. And powerful, like the way she sings, like.
Yeah, she can definitely sing. Her name, I keep thinking about her name, but then she reminds me of somebody else, and I keep, like I know in real life, I keep merging their two names. But this actress who plays Ruby is amazing. Look at her with that garter belt on. Fuck you too is my favorite part. She said, you niggas don't want to cheer, man. Fuck you then.
Right. I put my soul in
They
that.
couldn't even say, like, that's rude as fuck.
That's rude.
Blue eyes.
Blue eye.
Uh-oh. Who the fuck is this?
Oh, baby, fuck no.
Man, this is nigga William. How, you know what? The fact that he can sit there in peace and nobody gonna kick him out, but if they was in a white bar, they wouldn't be able to mind their business is crazy.
Right. It is actually crazy.
Black people really are like, black people are not, I'm not saying nice. Pushovers. Yeah, we're like, we just want everyone to have a good time to our detriment sometimes.
Right.
Keep my glass full. You can do whatever you want. She like, okay, the nigga got money. She doing the stripper appraisal. Is this a real suit or is it tags on it?
Right, he got a watch on. What kind of watch?
Do it tick?
Right.
But no, she's like, so apparently white men step to her all the time for their little jungle fever fantasy.
And if she's a musician, it makes sense. She's all over. So you never know.
Oh, well,
but she is not taking his advances. She's like, listen, dude, I've been through this shit. Pay up or shut up.
But how about this? But if City Girls were around, would Ruby be more successful?
I'm screaming internally.
I just wonder, like, do she need some fucking on a rich ass skinny ass nigga? Yeah. Does she need some of that? Do she need some Carisha?
City Girls.
I take it.
Exactly.
Ain't that you can get snacked in.
All of that.
20 minutes walking. Okay, if we made a chart to figure out the length and time and distance and speed of this shit, I think we would still have to chalk it up to magic.
The math ain't math.
Math
ain't mathing for sure.
Oh, they in the dark now, the flash. Oh, okay, the lantern. Nigga, they're in an abyss.
Like, what it's like, this? Who built these? Where, like,
yeah, who made it go that far? How do you build things like this?
I ain't never seen this in Boston. That's all I'm saying. And I've been to a few museums out there.
He said, let's find another tunnel. And he said, no time. Nigga, let's find another tunnel. No time for what?
Yeah, because it's like, why do you think there's something on the other side? Why are you so sure? And why do you think this rope is about to do anything? If I fall off the plank, I'm gonna hit the rock on the other side.
Dead ass. I'm like, bro, there's no way I wouldn't go on that shit, like holding it like a koala. Like I would just be getting squinters all on my titties. Like I'm about to go. No way.
Splinters on your titties. No, I'm screaming. That is hilarious.
How would you go over it? What would you do?
The same thing. Oh my God, I'm literally crying. I would do the same thing. I'm not about to walk.
You know how bad my balance is in regular America? Nigga, I walk in the walls daily.
Oh my God, I'm literally crying.
Wait, but we missed him saying enslaved man instead of slave.
Oh, and then we also missed the part when they talk about the rope and the not being passed down.
Yes.
From their enslaved ancestors. That is deep and beautiful and also sad.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's
very
like
complex.
We know how to do everything. We know how to live in the woods and make a life for ourselves.
We probably built that cabin.
Oh hell!
See, this bitch ain't got no balance, and I'm sure they would be the same. They would be the same. If Tick went first, he would be wobbling too.
For sure.
But it seems like great. It was her. It wasn't the wood. It wasn't like, you know.
Let me tell you how. The thing is
actually moving.
Oh, the Freemans weren't even slaves. LOL. They say niggas will sell you anything to get you to go first.
Right.
But how about? Okay, here's my only thing I couldn't figure out. I understand Freeman's from maybe the Freeman Bureau or whatever, but it's like, so y'all came over as immigrants? Like, how were you never? What do you mean we were never enslaved? Like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
Because when did you get that last name? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway,
we'll have to find out. That's really interesting. There must be a history of people of Africans who came over that were not slaves.
Oh, there has to be, but I'm just interested in that last name and that because, like, the Freedmen's Bureau literally was giving people new last names.
But that was it freed or free?
People were the Freedmen's Bureau was naming people freemen.
Oh, because I was like, their last name doesn't have a D.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm just saying it might have a different origin.
For sure, but think about immigration at that time is weird because anyway, they don't have no accents.
We're gonna look
what I'm saying. It. What generation are you? Okay, anyway, now there's a fucking swinging motherfucking sword. One of the things you see in video games. There's a pendulum. Why is the beam disappearing? For what reason?
How many booby traps do you need, sir?
Why would it disappear?
I don't know who made this, but I don't know why I assumed Hiram.
Yeah, Michael said.
Oh wait, who was the museum? Whose museum thing was it?
Braithwaite's exhibit, but I don't know.
Titus.
Yes, Titus. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That nigga, the weight.
It's like
he pushed it down.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm not about to catch this shit." That would have been me. I don't know why you threw it. I wasn't gonna catch it.
I almost feel like he squatted it down. This is not real. That's not real. That's not real. They would have died. We would have all been died. There's no way you jumping and grabbing me. I don't even want to talk about it because I'm anxious because I don't like heights. So this is.
I be like, you better jump and grab this motherfucking plank.
Period. I'm like, you better do what you gotta do, nigga. I'll be here. I'll be right here once you get stable. But you're not taking me down too. Them jumping over this pendulum is just, and the thing is still fucking.
I can't believe they all got past it. But thank God, because I hate when the black characters die on some bullshit.
Now these niggas running. Hell no, there's not even a ledge.
There's not even exactly. And the thing is,
it's not even a stoop to chill on.
They have no way to get in here. That's crazy.
Okay, these move. It's a Garden of Eden.
How did they know that though?
Yeah,
I guess it's just by the pictures. They know the pictures.
I mean, but yeah, you can't even see him very well. But I mean, it's just I wouldn't be able to figure shit out in that moment. But the fact that he better have memorized his whole motherfucking book since he wanted to get rid of it. I'll tell you.
Exactly. You had all that shit to do.
All you have to do is
that
pass
time to drink. Memorize the book.
He acted like he Air Jordan.
Right. Jesse always say that shit. Sir, if you don't do your job and memorize this damn book.
LOL. Look, he don't want Letty, don't care for him. You gonna make me mad, Letty, if you keep trying to be there for him.
Right.
That nigga been in war. He don't want it. All right. This water is gonna. There's this song that I think I remember.
In the water. I'm just kidding.
I'm hanging up. I'm thinking. Anyway, yo, okay. There's a song called it's like I remember from my movie growing up. My favorite movie growing up was Walking Tall with The Rock and Johnny Knoxville, and which you probably never seen, but like I love that movie. Had it on DVD, and Johnny Knoxville's sitting there having a rough day, and the song is playing. It's like, how high's the water, Papa? It's 4 feet high and rising. And I was playing in my head. This so I just wanted to tell you that. Yep. Here she goes spilling her heart out.
Listen, sis, you don't be telling white men your business.
Right.
I don't know why your mother didn't teach you that lesson, I guess. I don't know.
But how about this is
because mine said what happens in this house stays in this house.
Well, I'm glad that I know. Well, for one, that's okay. Well, you just brought up a lot. Not telling people your business, but I would say that I feel like this is the one drawback to not letting everybody know everything that happened, because now Ruby doesn't even know she's exposed, because this is Christina Williams that's flirting with her, and he clearly targeted her for a reason. They didn't accidentally come to this bar. Like, they know who the fuck they're getting information out of.
Exactly.
And they know who they're gonna, knowing how Christina moves,
who they're gonna manipulate.
Yeah, she goes to each person to try to break them down. So there's no way they're not about to. Here come Marilyn Manson again. I'm telling you, these niggas love Marilyn Manson, and Christina Braithwaite have a connection because they played the music when that nigga came and shot Uncle George and Letty before, and now Marilyn Manson is playing I Put a Spell on You while he about to dick her down. So I have to look up the significance of Marilyn Manson one day. Yeah,
this is some Frantz Fanon shit.
Okay, don't do it. Don't eat her blood.
There's some vampiric shit going on.
That nigga probably
mentioned
Dracula.
Blood. He looked like he was low key.
LOL at her being turned on by that though. She's like, I guess it's some white shit. Because if a nigga did that, she'd be like, you gonna have to go. What is it? He got this snake. He has a snake tattoo on his head because he is evil. He's the fucking devil. Oh shit. That. Oh, he in there. Woo. Okay. Oh, you better work. And he got better stroke protected.
Listen,
he got better. He is stroking the ocean.
Hips moving. Okay.
That shit was kind of hot. I'm not gonna hold you.
Ooh, what's going on? Okay.
That shit was kind of fire.
We gonna move on.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out HBO.
But
anyway,
I definitely have a theory that Christina is a lesbian. Because remember I told you William was looking at Letty? I think Christina is definitely a lesbian.
How do you know so much?
Yeah, I love that level of acting of them shaking, because I would forget how cold that motherfucking water is.
Right.
Black people hate cold water.
Listen.
So interesting, because he's about to say how he got rid of the book to save them and keep them safe, but I feel like in the beginning, that montage of hearing the voices in his head when he's drinking, which is a great way to talk through how alcoholics persist, because they're hearing things. And I wonder what the spiritual, if there's a spiritual element to that or whatever that could be explored better by people who deal with addiction instead of just drinking away the voices. But anyway, point is that he called him stupid ass. Point is that I'm pretty sure Uncle George said, give Tick the book so he can fix this. And he said, oh, you said give him the book? Okay, I'm about to burn this shit.
Right.
Oop, she see a floater. I love that Letty be like, you niggas argue, I gotta go.
Yeah, she said, I'm not with the shits. That is my neighbor. She said, that's my neighbor. It's interesting because I'm like, how do you know? Because it didn't seem like she gotten a chance to look at them long enough. I'm just gonna
assume he was one of the niggas who was constantly harassing her, like one of the people whose cards was out there. But anyway, she's just like, I'm pretty sure she knew. I'm pretty sure she helped put them in that basement.
Listen, a person like me, I wouldn't recognize. I don't know him.
Laughing at all. No, I think she put them niggas in the basement. But now we know that she's at her fucking house. They're back in Chicago.
You think she put them in the basement?
I'm saying, I think they all put them in the basement with the other bodies because they said, fuck it. Like, we're cleaning this out. Yeah, I think they knew. I think when they got out the thing and they finished freeing that.
They were like, the spirits probably killed these white niggas that was trying to.
Yeah, and they were like, we got to fix this window. We got to act like nothing the fuck happened. Nigga, how are they in Chicago? Has it been 2 days?
No. Listen. The enslaved Africans made magic as they created these tunnels.
Oh my God, you're right. They had black people make the tunnels. They didn't dig these tunnels themselves.
Listen.
How about Tick saying, y'all go, I'm going to take care of it. And Lady said, nigga, you're not the fucking center of the fucking you. I love her. Let that nigga know.
Right.
Not him shaking his head and walking away. Bruh, but really though, Tick, you got to stop acting like...
He has a savior complex.
He definitely, I mean, he's a soldier. I feel like he probably saved people's lives. Like, I also think that he feels tortured and hard to love because his father issues or something. Because now you think about it, you can tell he's a nice guy, but the nigga don't be saying shit. I think that, like, guys who seem nice get a pass, but they don't be emotionally healthy either.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Because I'm just thinking about
sorry.
it. I'm like, what has he done?
A few things clicked, and I was like, yep, check. Anyway.
Because on the real, like, what has he even done or said that was nice? Like, he's bare minimum, but he's fine. So.
And he gives hugs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, okay, so we're back to him being great. Oh, man.
Check.
No, but wait, this is the second time that Montrose has compared Letty to Dora. So I feel like he thinks she's a really good match for him. He loves him, a woman who's take charge, and women who take charge like that are also extremely protective of their family. So I'm sure that maybe Dora did protect him by being his wife and letting him live his life. Maybe like I'm hoping that I almost hope that Montrose is gay now because then it'll make my theories correct.
I mean, there's definitely, I think, a misconception that like homemakers and whatnot are not strong women and are not protectors of the family, able to like do what needs to be done, able to make the tough decisions, the tough calls. There's like that misconception that they look to the men to do those
we
things.
also got to talk about how most Black women didn't have the luxury to be homemakers either. Like that's a new phenomenon.
True.
That book I mentioned last episode, The Sisters Are Alright. When I was reading it, they were talking about how
that's so true.
Yeah, remember when there was like the explosion of mommies writing books about how hard it is to be a mom and moms work too. There was really no Black women talking about how hard it is to be a Black mom.
They're so like, anyway, we've been doing that shit.
We've been working. Yeah. So. But anyway, but you're right though. You're right. Women who stay at home or women in general are kind of assumed to because you have an emotional side. Clearly, you aren't able to make the hard decisions. It's like, nigga, suck my dick.
It's like, no, I recognize this is a high risk situation, and I'm making the decision for my family.
Okay, so somebody got their arm.
Seriously.
Yes, somebody got their arm stuck in this bitch.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate. It looks quite preserved.
Give it the bullet out. Oh, water. Oh, no, you're right. It looks recent. You're right. It's definitely not. We've seen skulls.
Niggas be trying to open this door every other week.
Well, them niggas was probably in her house. Like, them niggas in the neighborhood. I can't. Yeah, it cannot be understated that somebody in that house knows that this is where the vault is. And they've been trying to get in there. Okay, so they
probably been making copies of that map. So they don't have to break the windows. There's probably mad copies of it.
Look, nobody's saying anything, but he looking at them like, I should put my arm in here, right?
They say, you fucking
tell me
crazy.
not to do it. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, they're like, nigga, I'm not going to, because if it don't work out, I'm not going to be the one who say yes.
Not say to do that.
Okay. Maybe it's working. We're turning it, and...
Nope, they got him.
Nope, hell no. I'm like, oh man, Tick gonna be an amputee after the war.
I want to know if it's like an animal on the other side or like what got him.
Look at this.
Magic.
I hate doors that are
magic and like physics.
That's all it is. But it's like, so I guess that they took his blood.
Chemistry, I don't know.
I guess it cut some of his blood and like took it and then like used it to fill in the door, and then it filtered. The magic was fast enough to filter the door. It's science. Magic and physics is science.
But then the funny part about that was that it just was a drop door with a fucking
right.
rope.
Climb on up, y'all. Like, wait, nothing's behind this fucking door.
All of that? You had to take my blood for that?
But also, like, here's what's weird. We were just over by Letty's house. So where is this? Now we're above ground somewhere?
It's a portal.
It's a portal. Thank you. Yeah, that's magic.
It can be.
So these are native. Oh, is this where he stole his shit from? Wait, okay. Now I'm getting fucked up. So there are native people here, indigenous garb. They're in a room. There's people sitting here, and then all of a sudden they got mummified. Somebody had a baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, that was interesting to see. Like, oh, they're like preserved, sort of, and they were like in motion when they died, and then been preserved.
There's somebody sitting at a writing desk. This is
they got hair.
Yeah, this is the manager.
The manager.
Okay, all right, here go these might be the pages with all the spells on them.
They kind of jumped to that a little quick.
Yeah.
How do you know those are the pages? Could have been anywhere.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, let's look at everything besides this skeleton.
Deadass. I'd be like, we gotta collect. We gotta
take inventory. No. What's happening?
What we not gonna do is stick around to wait for this thing to come to life. I would have been.
Oh, okay. So which way? The drop letter was over there. Okay. Well, y'all call me. I'll be in the elevator. You were right, Tick.
No,
Tick, you were right.
I'm Letty. Oh, Tick, you wanted to take care of it?
Yeah, you're right.
You got it. I'm
out there, bitch. Go. Hell, okay. I'm just like,
no. And
see, at first I was like, oh, it's a ghost, but then I'm like, oh, it's turning back.
I thought this was Titus. I was like, oh,
that could have been it. That definitely could have been.
I did think.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was just like, oh, this is about to be the Crypt Keeper. The Crypt Keeper had long hair too, nigga.
This person got breasts and
and body. Peen. Oh, they also have both genitalia, I think.
Probably.
Cool. Dope. I was like, oh, they show intersex. That's cool. We don't see enough people who have both genitalia. We definitely don't. Okay, so how about the fact that they talking in Arawak? And Tick knows Arawak without thinking.
Yeah.
It's like, this is some Harry Potter type shit.
I'm like, is this like the Black people family myths when, oh yeah, we're part Native American? Or is this some magic shit?
That's why my hair is long. Shut the fuck up. Yahima Marikot. Okay, so
I told you my family thought we were Native American, and then someone said, no, your great grandma was just white.
LOL. Yeah, like
I was like, no, I can't believe that.
Yeah, I can't even. I don't look. No, I'm not talking about it. I'm just gonna skip over the white people thing. But how about so he's translating, and it's like very like Harry Potter Chosen One, like he just knows how to do it and doesn't know it. Which is like, so you tell me you ain't heard French before? I was like, oh shit, I know French already. Like, come on.
I wish. I definitely have dreams like that where it's just like, oh, so I can just speak this? Okay.
Yeah, I love dreams where you be like, oh, okay, this is easy. And you wake up like, damn it.
I should have paid more attention in class.
Yeah, so basically.
Oh, I love that.
This ain't shit.
This is all explorer, like, being. That's what they do. They just can't stop.
Well, this is the other side one of finding all them artifacts, is that there's dead native people who used to wear those artifacts. They're not just things that just exist. And also, how about going back to the title, A History of Violence? What a history there is when we think about the violence that's done in native people and then done to us.
Yeah.
White people.
And it's crazy because it's not even only natives. Like, they be stealing from like anyone, white people. But like, yeah, it's really like, I used to think like, oh, like this stuff was just buried and like they just
they dug it up and
they find there's the magic is either native or there's like, it's definitely like indigenous.
I mean, the native people were so like clear about their spirituality. I mean, all native people, African people native to their country, like native people always knew because they passed down their own tradition. So yeah, I think that it's funny though, because I really equate like Native people with having like these answers to things that we just don't. And we shouldn't. I shouldn't have them. So she's saying
I don't know if we shouldn't, but it's just like, if you like respect it, if you're not just trying to take over the world, they have magic for like self-preservation, not for domination.
Well, so yeah, there you go. Well, so she has she is a two-spirit, and a great example is, I remember white people trying to do a thread of like, I'm a two-spirit, because they would have like two colors on, or like, I work in corporate and I do fitness, like two, like they would try to just bastardize two. It was some shit, like I feel like somebody did some crazy shit, and it was just Native people like, bitch, get the fuck out of here, you're still on Native land.
They about to die.
Yeah, so I think that they wiped out all of her people. Why didn't her people get why did her
come
people
alive?
not? Yeah, like that's sad. She can't even get her homies. She had to see her homies die and then wake up again. I'm tired of making women die and then come back, just deal with life.
And now this part really gets on my nerves, because come on.
All right.
How you going?
They're in the elevator.
How you gonna let the papers go after all that shit?
That's why niggas need
my
bras.
sis Letty said, listen, if I wasn't here,
niggas
all this
need
shit
bras.
would be for naught.
Yeah, because how that wasn't in your bra fit.
Right, exactly.
The fact that I'm like, nah, first of all, let's just highlight Black people being able to swim so well.
I love that.
Because
I love that.
Second of all, let's highlight okay, here's my only problem though. You're trying to tell me Letty's hair is not permed? Because her hair is curly. So I'm like, so you telling me you retain heat like that naturally?
I don't know what's going on.
Look, her hair's natural again.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's perm. It's still wavy. I don't know. Yes, finally. He's like, bitch, you really down
you wasn't
like
about to let me go out like that.
LOL. How about the fact that she had to go through so much shit? I don't like
that smile. That was very devilish.
This bitch loud.
Ooh, tick.
That's fucked up, but I was cracking up because I was like, what else? Yeah, what other option did he have? Yeah, he did what had to be done. He said, bitch, we've been through too much.
Right. We don't have time for the bullshit.
Here they go.
Screaming.
Great question. How did they get back to Chicago without Woody? And now she's really pissed. So she's like, I know something ain't right. I know these niggas been lying. Everything's been weird. It has been weird. You're right, D. Okay, here's this map that you keep saying. Who the fuck is drawing it? And I feel like now the way she's drawing on it makes me think.
But she's
the one she yelling. I found it in the glove department.
But maybe she gets her talent from her dad.
For sure.
Her artistic talent.
Okay, we outside of Boston, so he surrounded
Devin County,
which is close to Salem, which going back to witch hunts and witches. Deep.
It would be interesting if there's like a history of racism with the witch hunts that I never learned about.
Hippolyta. Yeah, no, definitely. There's definitely something to do with that. Hippolyta. They also said a lot of lesbians got burned as I don't know. How about the fact that
all minorities basically?
Yeah, where are you going back to? You just gonna show up in Devin County and yell?
That's what I'm saying. Cause like you don't know nobody out there.
Yeah, drop DD out first.
You ain't got no
this
gun.
red lamp. I love this red lamp so much. Okay, so she finally chilling. They calmed her down. Oh, she's a sire, and that makes sense. I couldn't figure out why the bitch was screaming. So she can't translate the pages. There's some other shit going on. She don't like. It's too many. Everybody needs to know 3 languages to get this shit done, basically.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, everybody's clean. We're about to knock it down for a night. Look at him paying him a compliment. Look, Tick don't even know how to process this compliment.
Right.
Look at him. Look at him. He mad.
He said, nigga, I don't really fuck with you still to this day. But
he's mad. I'm like, here's the thing, though. When someone's trash, you have to be secure enough if you're going to be around them to say, when they be nice, you got to be like, oh, I'm gonna hype this up. I'm going to encourage this behavior. I'm not going to downplay it because then you have no incentive to do better. But people don't want to do that. But that's really the only way to fix it. Or not fix it. It's not on you. Yeah, it's not on you to fix it. But I'm just saying, like, if you tell them they're not shit, they're going to say, yeah, you're right, I'm not shit. I'm going to give up.
Yeah, they'll take the easy way out.
You can't even say thank you though. All right, here's my thing. I think this nigga gonna
make it. He must know more. He knows
Arawak. I know he about to go talk to her and tell her not to help.
He been playing hella games.
He seemed like the type to do that
this whole time. He was like, if Tick finds it, Tick finds it. But if he doesn't, then we can just go home.
Right. Okay. Why you gotta close the door though? That's creepy. I guess he on the sneak, so that's
or for some reason it feels like he's coming from the past and he knows her and he's about to like
maybe he has seen her before.
The good old times.
I'm just happy she's chilling. Sis is in her silk robe. She eating carrots. She smelled it first. She like, what the fuck? She licked the carrot. Licking a carrot would be rough because I don't know what the carrot has to do.
Trying to feed me.
Sorry for what?
What the fuck? Bitch. No, they did not just end the episode like that. I want to fight.
Montrose, nigga, you better be so flaming. You better have so much repressed
There's gotta
hatred.
Be something to redeem about your story arc because at this point we could leave it. We could really leave it. No taking. We don't.
You just killed this person.
The only key to all that work that y'all just did.
Like that, like put her in a safe house. Put her somewhere. Give her the money to go on her. I don't know. I guess, but you know what? I guess it's like there's no place in this world for them. So where do they go after this? Like they either have to take care of. But I'm like, take care of them the rest of life. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they can learn skills.
Well, once you break the spell, they just gonna live like Edward and motherfucking
LOL. Yeah, imagine going into the DMV and
gonna live forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Period. No. Okay. So. Whew.
Wow.
And we're back. Welcome back to Dove Country, the podcast. We just took a break after episode 4 to go do a little bit of interwebs research for y'all. We still will not be accurate about a lot of things, but the point is that we did our best.
We're learning, actually.
Yeah, we made an effort.
That was key.
We're on this together, and there's a billion people doing like think pieces after episodes. So if you really want to know versus just like feel, go there. Yeah.
But also, if you find out something that we're questioning, leave it in the comments because we actually would love to know. Correct us, let us know what you know because we're here. We're all here to live.
We're gonna, when we figure out the social media, we'll post it on the episode too, so you guys can follow us. Okay, so where do you want to start?
No, you go ahead because you did the research at the beginning of our list. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so a couple things that we noted during the episode where we say, "Ooh, if there's a question mark," was like some of the things they referred to. So Hippolyta referred to NACA, which is the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, which is a federal agency founded in 1915, and it was dissolved in 1958 to make way for NASA. So it makes a lot of sense that what she's saying is like, hey, you know, NACA is like the next best, is the best thing, but like this museum is the next best thing when it comes to astronomy and aeronautics and aerospace, and that just furthers your theory that like if it wasn't for racism, she'd be a hidden figure, like for a fact, you know. And so just thinking about her being left out. But one thing I did, I'll use that to go into Hera's chariot comment. So Hera was like one of Zeus's wives, so she was a very she was like a queen in Greek mythology, and she also represents marriage and relationships. So like Hera will protect a woman and make your relationship successful, which I don't know if that matters, but in the book apparently Hippolyta named the planet Pluto, and somebody else took credit for that, but that's not real. So they changed it, I think, to like, because in the book, you know what? I don't know if it's real, but in the book, they named the real person who named Pluto. So the HBO, I think, made some new shit up because they were like, you're not about to sue me for that. So word. And I got that resource from this News Lagoon article that is talking about like the 5 things you may have missed in this episode. So I thought that was pretty dope. And then you want me to clear up Marshall Fields real quick?
Yeah, I only have towards the bottom.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so Marshall Fields was also apparently a big deal because eventually they got bought by Macy's. So they are not, in fact, the Marshall's discount good affordable store that I thought they were. And the name should have been different. That Marshall's was doing that on purpose, I believe. Oh yeah, and then Freedmen's Bureau. So I'm starting to think that my thought that people went to the Freedmen's Bureau and then no, actually, okay, let me correct myself. So I'm putting Freedmen's Bureau and Freeman as the last name for Black folks together, and they're not together. And I think that's something that I learned along the way that's not really based in fact. And so the Freedmen's Bureau was there to help people during Reconstruction, including poor white people. So it was never actually for Black people. And random fact, one of the founders of the Freedmen's Bureau ended up founding Howard University. So basically the Freedmen's Bureau was just there to help people, and it did help, but not that much. Obviously, we're all here today in 2020 together. But I will add that I do know that enslaved people did rename themselves with all kind of names, and Freeman was one of them, because it was like, well, conservative people would try to rewrite slavery, but the reality is that kids were named like you took on your master's last name. Like you didn't keep because we'd all have West African names if that was the case. So don't do that. So anyway, that's those are my like little things that I feel like I got messed up. One of the topics I want to come back to later is telling your business in the bar. But you wanted to talk first about Sons of Adam.
Oh yeah. So I just wanted to like recount that because I think it is some like interesting facts. So they were talking about when it was actually founded, which was in 1813, I believe, and they said 3 years before that was when Titus went on his last trip, which was an excursion to the Caribbean, and he went to Guyana. And so they were trying to use that to figure out like which tunnel they should go, and then they ended up going down that third tunnel because they thought this is the last one, so it probably makes sense that the most recent one is where he would bury the most important thing. And then also they said that the museum renovations happened before the Sons of Adam was established, so it's like they started this renovations to like hide all his treasures, and then they continued to use it once the Sons of Adam was created to like hide the magic, hide even more things, and maybe create this weird connection from Chicago to Boston. As we saw, they were able to like get back to Chicago to the house, so to Letty's house. So there's gonna be probably more about the history and the timeline, the chronological order, you know what I'm saying?
Chronological, I got you.
Chronological order of what happened and like what Titus did, because we're learning that he was like a big explorer. Like could have been Columbus, could have been, you know, Baker, who knows? That's just the only story we learned about. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that. And then I did want to jump back to two things slightly unrelated, but like when Christine came to the house and she realized she couldn't get in because there was the mark of protection over it, she was like, who helped you evict Hiram? And I thought that was an interesting way to say it, like evict. It does not really like connect to what we know of like magic and like exorcisms or anything like that. So for her to say evict as if he was still living there, it was just an interesting way to say it. And then also,
no, she definitely knew that what she put Letty into on purpose.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, oh, he owns that house. His spirit's still there. We believe in spirits. We believe in them living on. So there might be some more white spirits to come is what that I know what that really brought up for me.
Well, you know, it's funny because people say like, oh, you don't believe in spirits. Well, they believe in you. And it's like, so somebody's right. Somebody's correct.
I don't like that. And then also she said the power in Titus's blood is what allows Tick to have access to the spells and whatnot. And so basically Hiram like created a spell and enchanted his predecessors, which is really interesting and an interesting way to like think about it. So those are like the two things that I looked up.
Hiram?
No, Titus enchanted his predecessors. So like anyone in his bloodline would now have access to the spells that he has access to, that he's created.
Successors.
successors. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm not trying to grammar police you, but I was like, let me make sure I caught this. Yeah. So Titus definitely set some shit up for his whole family, and I wonder if he did it on purpose or what. But like,
I think he did.
Yeah.
But he didn't expect.
Well,
that's an interesting one.
There's also this idea about like, I don't know. I know they're mixed.
Did
with
he
other
know
things.
that? Like maybe he wouldn't assume that I forget Tick's ancestor. What's her name? Rude?
Hannah.
No, Hannah. They wouldn't assume that her child was going to be Titus's, even if he had sex with her. Like, unless the child looks like Titus, and then because Tick doesn't look anything, he's like not lighter complexion or anything. They wouldn't assume that, just because I slept with a slave, their children would also get access to my spells.
No, I could definitely believe in someone being so racist to think that like the blackness would wash it out or something. I really think that. I also think that I know they're not saying this. I'm putting meaning that's not there, but like when you think about how the immortality in terms of how like the sacrifices that enslaved people made for people to still be wealthy today. Like there are Southern families that can trace their heritage back to a Confederate soldier. And so like the fact that, just think about immortality though, it's like those people who own slaves really do live on forever in their like in the families that they enslaved and the narratives there and the pain that they passed on and the money that family retained, because a lot of families did keep that money and keep building on it. So I'm just thinking about those things, and I don't know where we're going with that, but I just think that talking about immortality from a nigga who like killed and beat and bred other human beings is really like, of course it makes sense. You think you're above everything and you can do anything. So
and you can control anything. So you set these spirits and you set this magic and you can control who has access to it. In reality, you actually can't. And it also isn't his magic. So I also, where did the book come from? Because when they meet the two-spirit, I forget the name, but they say
Yahaima or
yeah, something like that. They say that Titus wanted them to decipher this book of spells.
Oh yeah, no, them pages, that scroll that Letty went after. I think that's.
So I want to know where that scroll came from. Like where? No, not the scroll.
Oh.
The Titus had a book already when he found Yahaima or whatever her name is, Yahaira.
Yeah, I think the scroll is pages ripped out of that book.
Exactly, but what I'm saying is, where did the book come from? Like, what is the origins of the book? Like, what is the origins of this magic? Because it wasn't like he created it.
Yeah.
He just appropriated it.
Well, it's funny, again, another curveball, but I posted this on Facebook recently, and I did this on purpose. This was a very Facebooky thread. What's the difference, serious question, between spirits now, people doing witchcraft, people speaking to a spirit, mediumancy, and in the Bible, people literally talking to angels or talking to spirits or like
talking God, to a burning bush.
Yeah, Jesus coming back from the dead. So it's like, like there was a lot of talking to things that were not human beings. So I'm like, I help us understand that. And a lot of people, like, it shows that in my liberal education and living in liberal cities, I've run across a lot of white non-believers. But I also got a pastor that I really respect, who was my youth pastor when I was younger and I was in church. And he was like, well, it's the same thing. They're all gifts, but the difference is that one is about you and one is about glorifying God. And I was like, that's the most decent Christian answer I've gotten on that.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a good way.
It's the only one that validates.
It's a helpful way, like you said, to validate a young Christian.
So why is Montrose still lying so damn much every time he opens his mouth?
Why did he have to kill?
It was not necessary.
My friend.
Yeah.
It was rude.
I mean, rude. I saw somebody getting into it, and I'm not. It's Yahima, yeah. I saw somebody get into it, and I don't want to validate
give anything.
Well, no, I don't want to validate this take too much, but they were saying like, Montrose was threatened by Yahima's otherness, and the fact that Yahima is like not something that he recognizes, in the fact that he says like, what are you? But I feel like it's very easy to like say, oh, he's internalizing his own thing or whatever.
Like internalizing his own
yeah, when
thing.
I think he might just be saying you're a corpse that just reanimated into like a very different being that I'm used to seeing. Like, what are you? Like, are you a ghost? Or you're like, if I give him some bail, I think he could have been going at it like that. And I do think that, but I do think there's always going to be something to be said in like, he was okay with murdering someone who does not reflect gender the way that he's okay with, and I do think there's a lot of violence in that. And and maybe there is a history of violence with Black men and killing genderqueer people. So I can't even say that's not good. I just wish that it wasn't Montrose, like a character we really want to get to know better, that would do that. But yeah, they just brought up like being scared about otherness and how Black men do that. And so I'm like, I do actually think that's a valid argument. I just don't know that everything that Montrose did was because he was so distracted by, someone having a different genitalia.
Yeah. I don't think that's why he killed them. But
no, I don't think so. But okay, this is tell me if I'm tripping. So like, I do think there's something to his ability to be violent, though.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
yeah, because even
he was raised in a violent household. That's kind of his like one of his main characteristics.
No, for sure. But what I'm thinking is like, so when Tig went to go kill a white woman, it was and this is me just getting into really deep shit that might not be there, but it was going to be a very indirect way. I'm shooting a gun. I'm at a length. I'm going to kill you. It's very like, there's nothing personal about this. Whereas, like, I don't know if you ever grew up watching SVU like I did, but like on Law & Order, they always talk about how like the ways that you kill is like stabbing someone is a sexual killing. Strangling someone is like a physical intimate killing. Shooting them is not. There's victim out, like there's ways that people, the MO of how people kill each other is psychological. So all I'm trying to say is that him like slicing the throat of a genderqueer other person, a Native person, is like does have something to say, almost like he sacrificed her the same way that they sacrificed that goat in the other episode. And the reason why I bring this up, and this is where
that's a good connection.
Yeah, this might be a real reach. But today I was in a dentist's office and I said something to the dentist and they were trying to reassure me. So I was like, because he was putting a needle in my fucking mouth. And I was like, oh my God, that felt like it was going to go through the other side of my mouth. He was like, oh, I wouldn't do that to you. But what he did was he literally like, like he'd be like, oh, quit playing. Like he like did a quit playing, like hit me. Like he was joking. It was light. But I really sat there like he would never have done that to a white woman.
Interesting.
People don't play with white women like that. They don't go, ha ha ha, and push them and say, they just don't do that. And so,
sure. I don't know if that's true, but I can validate your feeling that.
Sure, it wasn't validating, but saying I can validate is definitely validating. Okay, cool.
I don't necessarily agree. I don't think that they wouldn't joke like that with the white women, but
no, they would. They would joke.
Like, it depends.
They would joke, but I don't see men being comfortable with just like, ha ha, like LOL, or being like physically fun. Like I just think that the idea that he thought he could like just pat me in any way was a thing that I don't know that people do to white women. People don't just put their hands on white women jokingly. People don't just flirt with white women. People don't like, they don't do those things in that way. And that's all I was saying.
But you're connecting that back to
that. I think that the way that we treat white, like there's definitely a spectrum of like femme bodies are under attack and they're in danger, and the ways that they're in danger is so, I mean, it's the same thing as like, I'll give you a different example, right? Like Bobo, who keeps coming up, when they killed Emmett Till, they killed him. Like they did a lot of shit to him. Like they didn't just murder him, they mutilated his body. And I feel like there's a thing where like white people get murdered, but you didn't see white kids getting mutilated like that. Like I think there's something to that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the way that they like there's just something to that. So the fact that he would slice her throat, when maybe he could have done something that was less just treating her like an animal. So I don't know. I'm just, again, I know I could be reaching, but I'm just trying to put stuff together because there's a lot of deep shit going on. So anyway, he's gonna have to come up with a really good excuse for this shit, because
I cannot wait to see the next episode.
Yeah.
like they gotta hide the body. It's a lot that he's now
Oh, they're
put
gonna
in
put it
their
in that
past.
basement. It's gonna be fine.
I
The
mean, yeah,
body.
but they gotta clean
No, dead
up.
ass. No, dead ass. Yeah. No, there's that. There's
And dead bodies smell. It's not like you just. I
yeah, for
mean,
sure.
well, now we know that they also float away.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they'll end up in that dip that they had to walk over. But no,
exactly.
I think
They just gonna
there's
slide right off the cliff.
yeah, ew. But I do
With the
think
low
there's
tide.
I do think there's that, but then I also think like it's they would want to get rid of him, but he still has so much more information. Clearly, you did that because you know something you won't tell. And so it's like, how do we even do this without you? Because you're probably going to show up when we don't want you to and sabotage us again. So I'd rather have you do it from my front than my back. But like, so they're trapped with working with Montrose.
Tick gonna feel like he gotta get rid of Montrose. He's gonna.
That's what I'm
He got to
saying.
go.
But I'm like, there's gonna have to be a reckoning because again, they have like there's no way to get through this and not work through it. Because whether Montrose has powers or not, which I don't think he does, he has all the knowledge they need. And that's what Letty said in that bar before she left. She said, "You really gonna let him do this, and you know what the fuck you're doing? Like that really is like some Cosby Show shit. Not to trigger anyone, but you know how the Cosby Show would like do things to teach your kids lessons that like seemed like a great idea at the time because it was two parents doing something, but it really was like fucking them up. Like when they were like pretending to make Rudy drink liquor or smoke. Like, it was like this idea of like making a kid smoke a bunch of cigarettes so that they don't smoke anymore. And it's like, yeah, it's like we ain't making
traumatic.
It's not great. That's not the way to teach me.
Well, it was a way. It wasn't.
It was that way. Yeah, that's definitely not. Yeah, but
I learned, but now I'm traumatized.
LOL. No, that's what I'm saying though. Like we associate certain things with like that's the best you can do, or that is an expression of parenting. But it's like, or you could just literally like give me all the help I'm asking you for, and then let me be there for me if I have to deal with the consequences. You could just do that. You could just do that.
The best you can do is a fact.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah. So anyway, to bring that metaphor back, all I'm saying is like he doesn't have to keep sabotaging Tick to get him to learn his lesson. He could sit down with him and give him all the information.
Or to protect him.
Yeah, exactly. He could sit down, give him all the information, and say, "This is why I think what you're doing, and if you're going to do it, I don't want to be a part of it. So this is how you need to protect me from it. Or if you want to do it, when it all backfires on you, I won't be able to help you in XYZ way." Like you could put some thought into being supportive. You don't have to keep fucking trying to sabotage. You don't have to sabotage him. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, you don't have to sabotage as a parent to get him to learn his lesson because he's a grown-ass man and he's like you. He's stubborn like you. Anyhow, he did give him that compliment though. I guess that was yes. Okay. So last thing, just real quick, because I felt like I had to cut you off on this scene where they were in the bar, and at first Ruby's like, "I'm not gonna be kept by no white man," and then next thing you know, she's spilling her fucking guts and telling him everything. She's using names. She's not even like, "I have this sister."
She was like, "We live at 1042 Trafalgar Lane,
like North Side," and she's light and she got curly hair, but no, yeah, like she's giving it all up, and you would think that. You would think that would be innocuous, but like as we know, like people come after people. People plot on people all the time. Yeah, so you really don't know this man from a can of paint. I do think there's maybe this like assumption that if he's white and rich, but he would come to the black bar, he might not be a murderer. But like that could literally be how a serial killer picks women up.
Hiram, like
what did Hiram do to get? He's a doctor. He took a Hippocratic oath.
All up in the community looking for black people to fucking kidnap.
And that's on everything. So the question is, how do you feel about sharing all your business with strangers? Does it happen? Do you think that drinking is just an excuse people use to let it out? Like, I just wanted to cover that real quick on a personal note.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think it's definitely an excuse. I think that people, not to say that everybody does, but like, I think sometimes we have a lot more self-control than we like to admit. And when you're ready to spill some tea, you're going to spill some tea regardless. And you might regret it later, but you wanted to spill it regardless. So, and it's and now I have somebody to listen. Oh, I'm letting all this shit out. I know one applauded for me today. I didn't get the job I wanted. I'm ready to talk shit.
No, that's a fact. So, I'm trying to think about that. So I'm
really interested to see what happens next there.
Yes. I used to be worse at that. Like, I'm trying to think about my telling. So, like, okay, so this is a kind
Oh,
of
me
a bit
too.
of
I am still bad at it.
a
I'll be spilling all of the
LOL. But I was gonna say that uh okay, so like when I was younger, and because this is gonna sound terrible, but like if I thought your thing you told me needed to be told, I would tell. Like, and being in a sorority, it's even worse because you're supposed to share information, and if you don't share information, then you're tripping. Like, and mind you, if there's like sharing information doesn't mean you tell me something's going on with you and I have to go tell everyone, but it's like there's still a very thin line between like, but if someone's in trouble, you got to give people warnings. You're not supposed to hold it in and then because like people are there to help
the pieces
you.
fall
Right.
apart. Yeah. No.
Yeah, you're supposed to go help. So anyway, that's like kind of a great excuse. But like when I was younger, I feel like I would tell stuff. But I don't think it was that bad. I'm trying to think about it. But like as I got older and I started to realize that I cannot fix everything and that people deserve to go through stuff without my help, I stopped doing it. But I just know there was a time when like maybe like if you were my best friend, like everybody I just wanted everybody to know everything and be on the same page with everyone. And
I
it
was
just
the same way.
yeah. I'm like, why not?
You Gemini? No, you're a Taurus.
We just hit a really rough patch in this podcast because because Gemini men are not my thing. You're the only Gemini I trust, and even then I'll be like LOL. No, I was just gonna tell you something crazy that's actually
it's a May baby thing then. Oh well, I'm telling all.
Yeah, it is a May baby. No, that's a fact.
Anyway.
We're May 31st and you're May 1st, and yes, those are our dates, which is actually the wrong thing, so you don't know when our birthdays are. Don't worry. I wanted to say though that okay, so one time when I was in 4th grade, this is actually crazy, this girl came to me and was like, my mom's, I don't even want to actually I might need to tell you this off air.
Business again.
Just like, never mind. Anyway, so I told you about somebody's real life relationship getting messed up because of somebody lying about them. So yeah, I just be telling shit. But I've learned to make it very neutral. It's very like you might not know who it is. I won't do that. But I will tell if I feel like people need to know. But I will say that the thing about, or like if I feel like it could help them to know that. But the last thing I would say is the problem is people don't want you to tell their business, but then I have to tell you how I feel about your business to your face then. Because I'm not holding it in. So
yeah, if you want some BS, listen.
So either you want me to tell you I think you tripping, or you want me to tell somebody else. But somebody about to find out that you're tripping.
I love that.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to know.
Oh wow. So Coco, we're finally caught up.
Yeah. Oh my God, it feels good because that was stressful.
Yeah.
I told you from the beginning. I was like, listen, this gonna be feeling like a job. I don't know.
It is feeling like a job. Yeah. It's like
now that we're caught up and we don't have to do like 3 episodes in 1 week, or like
I wonder if we could really watch 5 at live, but then I'm like, we would miss too much. Cause I have to watch it. I have to do this the whole time, and then the second time I'd be like, oh yeah.
We would have to pause.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. Whatever, we'll figure it out. But anyway, what are your predictions? What are your predictions for episode 5?
Oh man, I just have one at the tip of my tongue. Okay, my prediction is that William is gonna somehow, or Stephen, what's her name?
Who's Stephanie?
Christina.
Yeah, call her anything.
It's gonna, right? She is about anything. She's gonna absorb.
Dirty. Wait, why does she remind me of Christina Aguilera? Now I think about it. Were you a Christina Aguilera Dirty fan?
Let me go find my CD.
This is how we bond, sis. First of all, why did I feel connected to this white girl with dirty highlights? Talk about dirty. What was I doing?
Don't make me cry. And especially at the tender age of 7, like
you were not 7. Shut the fuck up.
Whatever age it was.
That's Cutie's age right there. You was too young.
Whatever age it was, I was here.
I'm telling you. Bruh, I was like, when Christina Aguilera, when Britney Spears had that schoolgirl outfit on, I was like, is that the expectation?
I was like, no, I need the grunge. I need a little bit of a little.
Oh God, them white women had us hooked. Where was Cardi B? Think about how.
Had us in their clutch.
But I felt like Little Kim was too grown for me. Imagine that.
Yeah, but then they had that one song with Christina Aguilera and Lil Kim and
Lady Marmalade.
No, that one. And there was the other one where they were dancing in the street. It was like
I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you what Lady Marmalade meant. We are so off topic, but no. Listen to me. Cannot tell you what Lady Marmalade meant to me. That song was.
Not what it meant to me.
When I tell you, I would be in the car like more.
Can't Hold Us Down is the song. I'm
yes. Okay. Wow. We're gonna have a whole when we launch our other podcast. This is gonna be. We got to start with songs that. For no reason or
he
impact.
Had me.
You're not gonna believe for me not being a person.
I was in the lodge, in the Christina Lodge.
LOL. For me, just not being a person from the Northeast, the way that I used to listen to Bad Boy records is disgusting. It's like, what was I connecting to? What part? Yeah, what part of that was I? Why did I love Mace? Yeah.
Why was Mace my baby daddy at, again, the tender age of too young to be even worried? I was like, he's so cute, though. He looks like he's nice.
How did I not know Loon was in jail? I just thought the nigga took a retirement. He popped out like, hey, guys, I've been incarcerated for 8 years. Sir, that's where you were? I'm so glad you're okay. Anyway, okay. Yeah, sorry. I want to end by saying, I have no predictions.
No, I didn't finish my prediction. So I think that William is going to like somehow absorb Ruby. Like this is the end for her. She's going missing. Or possess her.
What if they? Oh no, I definitely think. I think
that scene though. The strokes was too. There's meaning behind
you mean he
it.
snatched her soul? They're gonna literally have a soul snatcher. Okay, I would say that I would go lighter on that spectrum and say I think that he's going to get in her head and help her to sabotage them from the inside out because they will have no reason to consider that Ruby is a danger to them or that Ruby would sneak anything. Like, I just feel like the way Montrose is doing this, stabbing them from the front, Ruby has a chance to stab them from the back because all she got to do is tell Letty that she forgives her and then she can be around for all kind of shit. And then I feel like that's going to cause another fight when Letty finally is like, that white nigga don't really like you. It's going to be a whole thing. I just see it now. He don't even like you. He probably just trying to use you, and then you don't think I can be loved, and I just see that. I also think Hippolyta is definitely about to transform herself into space. There's no way we're not about to see her riding Pluto. There's no way. So I think there's definitely about to be some type of space voyage coming for Hippolyta because she has an orrery, and the orrery is a time traveler. So whether that means her ass is on Star Trek or she's back in with the dinosaurs. Something about to happen.
Yeah, because I do want to know, like, what time are they trying to travel back to? They're trying to travel back to when the pages were stolen. Like,
you're gonna see something in the preview.
And if Hiram had this time traveling machine, then he would have already been able to time travel, or maybe he didn't have the key. So there's got to be some reason that he had this thing but wasn't able to really use it.
Yeah, for a fact. The last thing is that I feel like Tick's about to do some trash shit. He's about to lose Letty. Like their relationship is not about to be solid. And I'm already sad for Letty because she's ride or die. She's ride and die for him. And this nigga is about to he gonna act like he don't know about his feelings tomorrow. Just watch. Hate that for her. That's the most upsetting thing about this show.
You hate to see it. Like, come on, let a good girl fucking
get a man.
Thrive.
Let a good girl.
And not a good girl in like a good bad, but
no, but she's good. Like she's
bitch, like
12 toes down.
Listen.
Some people are
anyway.
All
right. So thank you for listening to us recap HBO's Lovecraft Country.
Yes.
Don't forget to let the Black women in your life know that they are witty, cultured, and worth your while. And make sure you read a book.
Nigga.
Word. Spesh.